I shoplift things, I swallow them, and then I ship them out and present them as art objects. This is something I expelled this morning, and its partner is making its way through as we speak. So there's two, which become my artwork. I'm very interested in ideas of property and what belongs to who, so I just steal everything. So therefore I don't have to work to maintain my artistic practice. I don't have to be focused primarily on creating original artwork. I just steal stuff. Did you see a pen?
The bed was special because it looked like something you've seen before, but you haven't seen it before. You've only seen your own bed.
I haven't. I saw my sister's bed once. She went down the shops and left her door unlocked. It looked different to my bed because it had a man in it called Roy.
Her artwork consists of a whistle hanging from a handrail.
Which would be perfect for a disabled referee with a balance problem. But what did Tracy reckon to it?
Would you say there was some kind of sexual connotation with that work, with the lipstick, with the blowing of the whistle, the holding of the handle, you know?
Or this one. Is I an artist?
Sending art by mail has been going on for about 20 or 30 years, and it's always a bit silly. Sard has built it into the performative aspect of his pile of chapatis, and it works. You hear about it, it's funny.
A chapati for Lady Ashcombe.
Chapatis through the post. That's got to be a weird experience for somebody like that.
Unfortunately, Sard's gift takes a few days to reach Lady Ashcombe.
Oh dear. Doesn't look very appetizing. I'm sure it's not meant to be like this.
How do you think the current levels of student debt will affect the careers of potential comedians?
I think that the withdrawal of the grant and the implication of student loans necessarily limits people that want vocational careers and produces a generation of people who feel that the only purpose of education is to earn money. And you already see it happening, right? It's changed the vibe of a campus, and it changes the kind of people that want to go to college. And I think it was done deliberately. I think it was done deliberately to rid us of all these troublesome thinkers and artists, right? And of conscientious people. And I think that if Thatcher could have done it, she would have done. Because I remember a really famous bit of television. Well, I don't think it was famous, but it was famous to me. Where she was going, it was in about 1988, and she was being shown round a women's college in Oxford. And she said to this girl, "What are you studying?" And it was just broadcasters, just a bit of like filler footage. But Thatcher went, "What are you studying?" And the girl said, "Ancient Norse literature." And Mrs. Thatcher went, "Oh, what a luxury." And this wasn't pointed up as meaning anything, right? But it does mean something. What it means is that the Prime Minister attached no intrinsic value to knowledge of another culture or of the past or of its language. And it's a cliche to say, but you understand the modern world through its echoes in the past. And obviously there's not a huge financial future in studying ancient Norse literature, but we do need people who know about these things, and the trickle-down system, the trickle-down effect of their knowledge enriches a culture and the people in it. And to say that, what she said, what a luxury, indicates that if there wasn't if she didn't believe there was a direct financial value to it, that it was of no value, and the pursuit of that information should not be subsidised by the state, and that's wrong. and I think it was done deliberately.
It's wrong commercially though, isn't it? Because if you look at Lord of the Rings, those films wouldn't exist without
yeah,
Tolkien.
that made a lot of money, didn't it? But you know what? The problem with that is then you'll bring drawn into fighting the war on their terms. When Battersea Arts Centre was threatened with closure because of its withdrawal of funding from Wandsworth City Council and Wandsworth Council, and when the Bush Theatre was threatened with closure because of the withdrawal of its grant from the Arts Council, the bigwigs from both those places engaged with their detractors by saying, but look, we developed Jerry Springer the Opera, and that went on to the West End and made loads of money for businesses, and the Bush went, we developed this play about what's it and so-and-so was in it, and this went wherever. But actually, what they should have said was, look, we put on for a week a bloke blowing into a balloon and dragging it around on the floor and making funny sounds, and that didn't transfer to the West End because it has no commercial future, but it is inherently worthwhile. That's what they should have said, and that's why it needs funding. But instead, they engage on their terms, and they've already lost because they talk to these people as if the only point of the art were to make money for shops in the West End because people on the way to the theatre were buying crisps.
We haven't actually finished the rest of the video. The next part is to cut the baby back inside his womb. I don't know, then kill yourself?
Yeah.
We learnt not to learn, really.
There's a lot of creative people on our course, and like a lot of them play music and write music, I'd say, on our course, and the course, you do have a lot of time to yourself. It's not like very structured, so we're pretty much left to our own devices every day, all day long, and that allows us to play music as well.